is good, you guys? This is Steven with All Talk On, and I got some of the boxes in here, the packages. I'm not 100% sure what arrived because I ordered so many different things for the new computer build that I'm doing. I had way too many tracking numbers, but I'm gonna hope there's a CPU and some RAM in here. I know that this is the power supply in the case because obviously I only ordered two things from Newegg, and one is a small power supply size box, and then the other one is actual case and it shows a picture of it. But the packages from eBay, I'm not so sure. This feels like RAM, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is RAM I ordered. I did make a little bit of a mistake with the RAM, which I guess we'll go into detail in a little bit, but we'll pop this open to see. So yeah, so this is actually not the RAM I ordered for the system. Originally it was going to be, but it was a little too expensive. So what happened was I saw this RAM. This is a triple channel. These are 8 gig sticks, so this is 24 gigs of DDR3, 1600 megahertz memory, nice gaming RAM. The guy wanted $120 plus like $6 shipping. I placed an offer because you can make an offer on this one for this posting. I offered him $90. I didn't hear back from him, so I went ahead and bought different RAM. But I am kind of glad that this isn't going to be for this budget because $100 for RAM is a lot, so it cost me about $96 for that. But RAM has been pretty pricey, so for 24 gigs, it's not bad. But I won't be using that in this build. That's actually going to be probably going towards my ARC server, but it is nice to have. Next, oh, we got the CPU, sweet, so I can actually do some testing on the board now. So the CPU I got right here is a, try and pop it open. It is a X5650 Xeon 1366. So originally I was planning to buy a different Xeon. There's an actual Xeon that I like to purchase. It's about $36. It is a W3670, not the 3690, the 3670, because the 3670 is only about 30 bucks. And it runs, I think it turbos to 3.4 gigahertz, so it's a really good CPU if you have a motherboard that doesn't support overclocking, which some of the cheap server boards you can get don't support overclocking, which I might end up doing a video with one of those in the future. But for now, because that board does support overclocking, I decided to go with the cheapest thing I could find, which is a X5650. It's got like a boost, I think, of like 2.6 or something, or 3 gigahertz and 2.6 clock speed, standard regular clock speed. Either way, it is overclockable from what I understand, so we're going to throw it in the board and try to overclock it to at least maybe 3.6 to 4 gigahertz is what I'm hoping for. But this was $15 shipped. $15 shipped. That's why I bought it. Originally I was going to go with the the W3670, but that was $36, so this was literally like $20 cheaper. So I bought this instead to save 20 bucks to cut the budget. Now I believe, I'm gonna hope that this is the other RAM that I ordered, but I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been checking the tracking numbers because each individual thing has a tracking number and yada yada. But I did order some test RAM too, so we'll be doing a test later. Actually, this might be the test RAM. Maybe. We'll find out. It's all packaged up in here. Let's see. Come on. Oh my god, they wrapped the crap out of it. No, this isn't test RAM. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, it is the test RAM. Okay, so for the test RAM, we have right here. So I'm not 100% sure. Everywhere I looked, I couldn't find much. But, oh yeah, the other thing between this chip and I want to bring this up because there is a difference between these X5650, 5670, 5675s. There is a difference between this and the W3690, W3680, W3670, and the difference is well, the W33000 series is actually a little bit newer. I think they're about a quarter newer. Like these were released in like Q2 and they were released in like Q2, 3 or 4. But the amount of RAM they support, which is why I actually wanted to do this one because that's where the testing comes into play. The 3670s and 90s and stuff only support a max of 24 gigs of RAM. This, however, supports like 192 or some crazy number. So that's one of the reasons I got it. But anyways, this is the test RAM. Oh, so I bought this. It was like, I think this was only like 15 bucks or so. But it is 8 gigs DDR 1333, but this is ECC registered RAM. So I know that unbuffered RAM works. From what I've been told, you can use ECC unbuffered RAM with these Xeon chips without an issue. But I could not find anything letting me know if anyone had tried ECC registered. At least no reliable post or anything. So I'm gonna try it myself. You know, $15. So we have 8 gigs of that right here. We're gonna stick it in the board and see if we can actually use registered RAM. Because if that is the case, then we can order fairly cheap RAM kits compared to, I don't know, $100 for 24 gigs. We could probably definitely get probably like 48 gigs of this stuff to fill up every board with 8 gigs. So that's another thing we're also gonna test. I have heard of people using some motherboards that say it only supports someone took a HP Z400 motherboard, which supports a socket 1366 CPU. They put a W3690 in it, updated the BIOS, and put 48 gigs of RAM in it, and it worked just fine. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's one reason I also bought another 8 gigs. Well, this is to test the ECC. This is going to be to test if we can break 24 gigs of RAM. We're going to use that. So we got total right here, 32 gigs of RAM, and then the CPU, I'm not 100% sure what this is. It's heavy. What did I order? I'm trying to like remember what it could be. But what's funny is I only ordered this stuff a few days ago. Like it was on like Sunday or something. I ordered this stuff. All right, let's see. Oh, this is the hard drive. Awesome. Cool. So I can actually install Windows. That's actually a huge help. I don't have the RAM that I ordered specifically for this build, but that'll be here soon. It was only 12 gigs because it was cheaper, so I went for 12 gigs of RAM, but I can use that RAM to test the system to make sure everything works. Now that we have the case and the power supply and the CPU. But this is a Western Digital 1 terabyte Caviar Black. So I was able to pick this up. I think this was like $10 or $15, so it was cheap. So we're looking at, I think the most expensive thing I've spent on this build so far was the case and the RAM. The RAM was $40 for 12 gigs, and the case was like $50 or $60 because I wanted a tempered glass case, which might have been a rip-off. We're gonna see though how this case is for being one of the cheapest tempered glass cases that was available at the time. There probably are others, but a lot of the cases I was looking at were sold out for holiday season probably. But yeah, there we go. I think this was 15 bucks off eBay. So that's all the eBay purchases. Now we can pop this open. So this was from Newegg.com. It is a refurbished, or no, I think it might have been open box. I don't know if it was refurbished or open box. I don't remember. But it is a power supply for our system. It is a Cooler Master Lite 500, which should be enough. This should get the job done. It was 30 bucks. That's why I grabbed it. I was actually gonna buy a Seasonic, or was it? No, it was a Rosewill. They had a Rosewill 550 watt on sale for $30, but by the time I got the case in the cart and went to check out, it was sold out. So we went with this. So this is, I mean, like I said, 500 watts. It seems to be pretty good. Looks like we're doing okay here. 456 on the 12 volt, 120 on the 5 volt, and 3.3 volt. Seems to be a solid power supply. It's Cooler Master. I don't think they skimp too hard on their shit. But you do want to stay away from power supplies made by Coolmax. That's a brand you don't want. So we got our power cord, our power supply, which means for the most part I can probably actually start building the computer tonight and get most of it done. I can even probably do the benchmark. The only thing is I can't use triple channel memory with the 12 gigs of RAM. All I have are triple channel in 24 gigs. And I don't want to use that because I don't want to add $100 for RAM to this build. That's excessive for paying $15 for the CPU and $35 for the motherboard. You don't want to spend that much on the RAM. So let's go ahead and pop the case open and give you guys a preview of what this thing looks like. These are always fun to try to get out. Oh no, that's actually coming out pretty easy. Alright, cool. There we go. So I just wanted something cheap. It had to be an ATX case, obviously, since we have an ATX board, as well as the Gigabyte board's pretty big. I don't think I'll do a review on the case because this case isn't that popular. At least I don't really see it very often. But it had good airflow. I do like this, how it's got the nice vent on the top, the mesh magnetic grill. The build quality definitely seems like it's made of cheaper materials. But overall, I think the case does look pretty nice. The power button and stuff is pretty good. The tempered glass looks good. Yeah, overall the case looks and feels pretty good for how cheap it was with tempered glass. And like I said, the main reason I also liked it was a lot of airflow in here. And I think yes, it does come with a fan that is, I believe it's a white LED. I'm not really sure. We'll find out when I plug it in. It does have USB 3, which that motherboard doesn't support. It does have a power shroud at the very bottom here. Dust filter on the power supply. I don't know, I don't think there's a dust filter for the front intake, but whatever. No intake fan, that's kind of sad. I would have hoped it would have came with at least one intake fan. Maybe I'll just throw one in there just because. But I doubt it, actually, maybe not. I don't think it'll really need it. But I do have a water cooler I'm probably going to be using on this PC. But that's not going to be part of the budget. That'll just be installed because I don't feel like buying another cooler and I already have one. So I'll recommend maybe a Cooler Master 212 Evo, which I used on one of the Xeon builds I did back in the day, which was a W36 3670. So now that the PC parts are all here for the most part, besides the RAM I think is what we're missing, as well as a adapter for the USB 3.0. I'm missing that too, still waiting on that. I think this is everything I ordered. And if I believe our total is very cheap. I'm not going to reveal the complete budget yet until the last video, but it's put it this way, if I'm paying $15 for the hard drive, and $15 for the CPU and $35 for the motherboard, so we're looking pretty cheap here. But anyways, you guys, that's where I'm at right now. Stick around, more videos to come. I will catch you guys later.